to respond to the Citizens Review Committee, and with that, I'll enter into the report. I did provide you folks a written copy of the report. Of course, on February 1st, the Commissioners had requested that the Treasurer's Office prepare the response to the Citizens Review Committee report, which was released back on January 24th, 2011. This preliminary report is only an initial response to the Citizens Review Committee report, and a final report will be forthcoming. The Citizens Review Committee identified several areas which I shall generally address in this report, with additional areas to be addressed later. The areas which I address in this report are going to cover policies and procedures, as well as our staffing levels and compensation and benefits. First, with policies and procedures. Since taking office in November of 2010, I have conducted comprehensive reviews of the office operations, including but not limited to the following areas: cash handling, security, personnel, bonding, budgeting, investments, tax billing and collections, tax liens, delinquencies, and information technology. Through that replacement of the obsolete Unisys computer system and the actual implementation of the new system during this past real estate tax season, we have learned that inter-office inefficiencies among county offices continue to exist. However, the Treasurer's and Auditor's offices are meaningfully communicating and cross-training to maximize efficiency in mastering and finalizing implementation of the new software. The computer system, designed to improve the tax billing system, however, was a failure in several aspects, including programming and IT implementation. The system was never fully tested prior to implementation, and it appears that necessary information regarding taxing was never properly communicated between the county and the outside vendor programmers. By way of examples only, the new program provided for rounding tax appraisal values up to the nearest $10 values instead of the nearest dollar values. And the program didn't adequately provide for capturing existing information from the Treasurer's system, which required physical input of tax information to many taxpayers' bills. During the past real estate tax season, my office handled more than 25,000 phone calls in a 3-week period, using an antiquated phone system designed to operate with only several phone lines. This made direct communications with the taxpayers difficult at best and humanly impossible at some times. Office employees routinely worked more than 40 hours each week, manning the phones right beside me as we worked to respond to the citizens' requests and questions, as did the commissioners and the commissioners' staff, Ashley, Marilyn, folks in the auditor's office. So there was a genuine effort to try and answer all these calls. The phone system was modified within the second week after determining the extent of the problem, and thereafter taxpayers were better able to make direct contact with the office. However, the system can be made better. Additionally, upon taking office, the cash handling policies were reissued to ensure the safety and security of any monies collected by the office. A cash count of each drawer was undertaken and the count was documented. Surprise cash counts are being conducted and documented. Safes, locks, combinations were also changed as additional safeguards. Access to the vault and the amount of money on hand is strictly monitored and documented. Deposits are being made daily, and if required, cash is deposited multiple times each day. Safeguards are in place to separate those who can initiate and approve wire transfers and access online banking information. The office balances daily and reconciles monthly with the auditor's office, and proper documentation is reviewed and initialed by the head cashier, the chief financial officer, and the treasurer, as well as the auditor's office. We have addressed problems identified upon taking office, and we have addressed additional problems as they arose. But I remain committed to continue to review office policies and procedures as we continue to streamline taxpayer services. For too long, this office has operated on the basis of, that's the way we always did things. Now, each procedure is questioned, and new procedures were implemented where appropriate. In terms of the second item, staffing levels and compensation and benefits. I was also surprised to learn, along with most of Stark County, that the office employees had formed a union in 2001, but had only recently, in October of 2010, right before the election, requested to negotiate terms of employment. Negotiations regarding employment benefits and compensation must be conducted in accordance with and pursuant to the collective bargaining rules set forth in Ohio Revised Code 4117. These statutes will be followed per the instructions of the labor attorney for the Treasurer's Office, and the areas mentioned by the Citizens Review Committee, such as the reduced wage scales, increased employee health contributions, and the elimination of the PERS pickup, will be considered during negotiations. I agree that all county offices must lead by example during good times and most assuredly in bad times as well. The intense scrutiny necessary due to the declining revenues require all county offices to evaluate proper staffing, compensation, and benefit levels. With regard to the office staffing, the office currently employs 14 employees. As recently as 2008, the office had been staffed with as many as 22 employees. The reduction has been mostly through attrition and retirement, as well as a few recent transfers. I will continue to evaluate the appropriate staffing levels to adequately respond to taxpayers and ensure that we maintain proper security procedures, basic services, and adequate segregation of duties. This office was the site of one of the most egregious failures of public trust in Stark County history. It will be my responsibility to ensure that the personnel and systemic failures which allowed this to occur and obfuscated its discovery will never reoccur. In conclusion, the Treasurer Office depends upon IT to achieve its mission and to record, process, maintain, and report essential financial information. Our final report will examine future enhancements that are short-term and long-term goals and objectives. We thank the Citizens Review Committee for taking the time to examine the Treasurer Office. We also thank the Commissioners for the opportunity to respond to the Citizens Review Committee report, and we look forward to working together with all departments in the challenging days ahead to continue to provide a premium service to the citizens whom we serve.